is your emergency?
Yeah, my daughter is missing.
I'm sorry? Your
My
daughter's
daughter?
missing?
Yes, yes.
Okay, what's your address?
21st Avenue, Northwest. The police were out here last night. They were firing a ransom note for my boss's daughter. I got up a little while ago, and it appears they took my daughter instead of my boss's daughter.
Okay, how old's your daughter?
She's 10. She's handicapped, she has a prosthetic leg, so that...
How long has she been missing?
We checked in there last night about 2:30, and she was there, and all this happened last night about 5 o'clock, so I don't know if they set a fire in the yard to distract us to go out, and when they snuck in the door, or... I don't know.
Okay, I'm not familiar with what happened last night. What happened last night?
Last night, we were working, my dog woke me up, and I had a fire in the backyard, and somebody had put gas in my company vehicle that I drive for work. They left a ransom note on the company vehicle to my boss saying they had his daughter and his son was next. And his daughter's fine. His daughter came with him here last night when I called him. And it appears they may have taken my daughter instead of his daughter.
His daughter. Okay, do you know who this was?
I don't know who it was.
That may have taken her?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any idea why they were threatening to take his daughter?
I don't know.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Adam Baker.
And your phone number? Okay, so no one has seen your daughter since 2:30 this morning?
No, like I said, we had all that drama last night, and me and my wife went back to bed. And my daughter's, I think, coming into puberty, so she's hitting that broody stage. So we only see her when she comes out, when she wants something, and that's about it.
Okay, and did you say that she was handicapped?
Yes, ma'am. She has a above the knee amputation.
Okay, she has one leg
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
partially amputated?
Yeah, she has a prosthetic leg, which apparently they're taking with her.
Prosthetic leg was taken with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you don't have any idea at all?
No, like I said, it was all addressed to him, and apparently it was all taken out on him, and I guess they thought he was
Would you
his
usually
now.
on this? Okay, I'm not my partner. Okay. Okay. Did you talk to your boss about it?
I've just spoken to him, and he told me that he's going to be here shortly.
Okay. So, do you think that he knows?
We had an officer out here last night, and he ran through who he thought it may have been, like an ex-employee or something.
Okay. And you said 21 25th Avenue Northwest?
21st Avenue.
21st Avenue.
Yes, ma'am.
21st Avenue. Okay, hold on just a second.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. I wouldn't find the call. Okay.
It was a officer rolling.
Okay. Alright. Okay, alright. We're getting the police on the way out there. If you find out anything at all in the meantime before we get the officer out there, call me back. And then it would help us as far as finding your daughter.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
What is up, my crime crazy people? This is your temp host, Courtney, a producer on the true crime podcast, Veil of Humanity. We are sorry about the delay, but we should be back to our regularly scheduled episodes as soon as possible. But for now, let's dive into another episode of Kajibana. Today we are discussing the case of a young girl born the same year I was, but unfortunately her life was cut far too short, and by someone whom she should have been able to trust. So we head back to October 9th, 2010. A quiet street in Hickory, North Carolina. A father calls 911. His 10-year-old daughter is missing. Her name is Zahra Baker. A little girl with a prosthetic leg, bright blonde hair, and purple hearing aids. She'd already beaten cancer, but she wouldn't survive what came next. Zahra Claire Baker was born in Wagga Wagga, Australia in 1999. She was a bright, playful kid, the kind who found joy in everything. At 5, she was diagnosed with bone cancer, and doctors had to amputate part of her left leg, and she lost most of her hearing. But still, she smiled. She used to tell nurses she wanted to help kids who hurt. A family friend was quoted as saying she'd race me with her prosthetic leg and laugh when she beat me. She never let anything slow her down. Her father, Adam Baker, adored her. After Zahra's mother passed away, Adam met an American woman named Elisa through the internet. They married, and in 2008, Adam brought Zahra to the United States to start a new life. But the promise of a fresh start quickly faded. 2 years later, that new life took a terrifying turn. On October 9th, 2010, Adam Baker called police to report Zahra missing. He said someone had set a fire in their yard and that his daughter was now gone. Investigators arrived within minutes, and what they found was strange. A ransom note, but not one written to the Bakers. It was addressed to Adam's boss. That story wasn't adding up. A detective could be quoted as saying, "The ransom note looked fake. The handwriting was suspicious. The motive unclear. It felt like a cover story." Within hours, suspicion turned to the adults inside the home. Neighbors told police they'd often heard shouting and crying from the home. Teachers said Zahra had missed long stretches of school. Social services had visited, but each time Elisa had explained Zahra was sick or traveling or just too tired for class. But behind closed doors, something much darker was happening. Early on in the investigation, Elisa failed a polygraph test she had taken. Investigators questioned her regarding whether she had hurt Zahra, or if she knew anyone who had harmed Zahra, and if she knew who wrote the ransom note. On October 10th, 2010, search and rescue dogs were sent to search the Baker's house and cars. The dogs gave positive alerts to the scent of human remains on both of the Baker's cars, the Chevrolet Tahoe and a sedan. The police took swabs of what they thought might be blood from the car. 2 days later, investigators arrested Elisa Baker, not for murder, but for obstruction of justice, as well as other various crimes unrelated to the death of Zahra, including communicating threats, writing bad checks, larceny, and driving with a revoked license. They'd matched her handwriting to the fake ransom note, which she later admitted to writing. Elisa's bond was raised from $40,000 to $65,000 at a bond hearing, as the courts believed that she was a flight risk. While she sat in jail, the search for Zahra widened. Over the following weeks, the story she told changed again and again. First an accident, then a lie to protect her husband, then something far worse. She was quoted as saying, "It was an accident. I panicked. I didn't mean to hurt her." She admitted that Adam was not involved. Elisa claimed Zahra died on September 24th, 2 weeks before anyone called police, and that after Zahra's death, she dismembered the child's body, scattering her remains across the woods and riverbanks of Caldwell County. Search teams fanned out for miles, and first a prosthetic leg was found in late October off a road in Caldwell County. The Hickory Police Department was able to match the serial number of the prosthetic to Zahra's medical records. And then they found her bones, and then her clothes. Piece by piece, Zahra was found. And each discovery confirmed the nightmare no one wanted to believe. On February 22nd, 2011, Elisa Baker was charged with second-degree murder, obstruction of justice, and abuse of a corpse. The 5 aggravating circumstances were cited as Elisa Baker had a history of physical, verbal, and psychological abuse of a child. She secreted the child from her family before and after the crime. She desecrated Zahra's body to hinder the murder investigation and prosecution. Zahra was young and physically disabled, and Elisa Baker took advantage of a position of trust. She would have been charged with first-degree murder, but she did lead law enforcement to Zahra's remains. Prosecutors accused her of years of cruelty, of isolating Zahra, beating her, and starving her. Adam, the husband, was questioned repeatedly, but he maintained he knew nothing of the abuse or of Zahra's death, and investigators said they found no evidence he'd taken part. On September 15, 2011, Elisa Baker pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 15 to 18 years in prison, plus extra time for related charges. Elisa Baker was technically released on Wednesday, July 2nd of 2025. However, she did go immediately into federal custody to serve 10 years for unrelated drug trafficking charges. So, she's not out there for now. When the truth came out, Hickory grieved for a child most of them had never met. Hundreds of people attended vigils. Purple ribbons, Zahra's favorite color, appeared on mailboxes, trees, and storefronts. A memorial garden was built in her honor, and a park now bears her name, Zahra Baker All Children's Playground. It is accessible for kids with disabilities. A space filled with laughter, the way Zahra would have wanted. Zahra's case inspired new calls for reform in North Carolina's child protection system. It forced people to ask, how could this happen? How could a child who survived cancer be failed by the adults meant to protect her? Zahra Baker was only 10, but her courage outlived her years. She fought cancer, she fought pain, and even in tragedy, her story continues to fight for other children like her. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, don't stay silent. In the United States, you can reach Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4-A-CHILD. That is 1-800-422-4453. They are open 24/7, completely confidential. All right, my crime crazy people, we will be back next week with a brand new episode. To see all of our source material, please consult the show notes. Don't forget to click that subscribe, follow button, and catch us on our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at Veil of Humanity Podcast. Also, if you have any questions or want to provide feedback or have a case suggestion, please email us at veilofhumanity@gmail.com. Hosted, produced, and edited by Courtney Santos. Music is by Mayu and Luke Joe. A Bronx Bay production. All right, Bronx. Tell the people we'll see them again next week.